Hey guys, Famous here, and well, today I'm going to actually, you know what? Nah, we're gonna continue with this shite. If we can even get in a game. No, yeah, there we go. Just start the game. We're gonna get into what happened in about PMS. Um, this is what ended up happening. All right, because I didn't really tell anyone until now this video why I left. Um, I'm gonna immediately start off with I didn't intentionally. All right. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, for the people that know, the first time I was in PMS, I wasn't in long. I was in probably like a couple weeks, and then I left for in the sniping community for like the fourth time, and it took many months of me trying to go for PMS, over and over and over, trying to hit clips. I just couldn't. And then, with me doing the daily streaming, um, I let Lundy know. I said, hey, I'm a streamer now, and if you want to come by and check me out, go ahead, right? And he came by, and he recorded the surprise recruiting. You can go look at the video of him surprise recruiting me on his channel. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah. So he ends up going to my stream, not just on his personal Twitch, but on the Practice Mix Sniping team Twitch. So I'm, sitting there like, oh shit, this is serious. Like, I have a feeling this is serious if he's on the team channel. And pretty much, just out of nowhere, the first comment they said was, welcome to PMS. So I got recruited right then and there. I was happy. You had no idea how happy I was. I immediately switched, like, changed all my information, all that, and then on Twitter, my gamer tag, well, not gamer tag, like, clan tag on PlayStation, Skype, all that. And a couple next days, my friend isn't really big about the gaming community and all that, but he does, check up on some of the things that happens to me, because he thinks some of the things I go through is interesting. And when he found out about the PMS thing about, me joining, he was congratulating me and all that, and pretty much, he was just thanking me and all that. And I was saying that, like, I was in PMS for like a couple days, because on the next day, me and my friend were hanging out after school, and he's like, you know what, I've never raced you before, and I know you're pretty fast. I want to see if I can beat you in a race. And I'm like thinking, should I do it? Maybe I can beat him. He's right, I am pretty fast. He's probably really slower than me. But before I even made a decision, he said, but there will be forfeits, meaning, there'll be consequences for the loser, right? So, he said we get to pick, who does what if they lose. And I said, you have to dye your hair pink if you lose, right? Rock it for like, maybe a week or two. And he's like, alright. And then, this is how douchey, or like my friend is. He loves to bust my balls, right? He tells me that if I lose, I had to leave PMS. Realizing that it took me about half a year to get back, right? I would have to leave it and join a different team. So I yelled at him, I'm like, dude, no, that's fucking retarded. I don't want to do that. And he pretty much said, don't be a bitch, you have no balls. Now, people won't understand that at this point, I could still say no and say, who cares? But, like, for me, my school life, for about 7 to 8 years, I was bullied. Alright, I'm not afraid to admit that. I will say openly, I don't mind. It's all in the past and I've moved on. But, like, I've tried so many years after getting bullied to, gain some reputation back, try to be a little bit more in the popular crowd. And I kind of am now, don't get me wrong. But the thing is, you know, in my town, if you're being called out as a bitch or no balls to like a challenge, you know, it's like your reputation's almost on the line. And, you know, with all the years I took to try to, you know, get my reputation up, you know, tried to get sort of in the popular crowd, you know, it was hard work. It really was. You know, I, you know, changed a little bit of how I act and all that. You know, it's kind of the reason why I am today. Like, the point is, you know, I just didn't want to lose what I took so long to regain. So, you know, I'm like, yeah, I have to do it. You know, I have to. And, you know, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, but, you know, I just felt like I really had to. And pretty much, you know, I thought it was going to be a guaranteed win. You know, I am a fast runner, like, believe it or not. For a guy that really does stay inside a lot, you know, just playing BO3, doing live, you know, gameplays, you know, like this one, for example, you know, I'm even surprised of how fast of a runner I am. Like, I actually do enjoy running, and I don't even go out running that much. But it's just, like, when I am running, when it's either in gym or, you know, whatever, going out with family, hiking or something like that, you know, I enjoy it. I'm a fast runner. So I just really thought it was going to be a guaranteed win. And pretty much, you know, as it's going on, you know, I'm going to my fullest. Like, I'm hauling ass. You have no clue. And at the end, you know, I don't know what happened, but it just seemed like my friend gained this, like, couple seconds of speed. You know, meaning, like, he just gained this extra speed from out of nowhere. And my friend ended up beating me by a couple of seconds. Like, maybe a second. And it pissed me off. And I'm like, I can't believe I have to do this. There's no way I have to do this now. And, you know, like, I didn't know how I was gonna explain it. You know, I couldn't tell them it was a forfeit, you know, and I really should have. You know, what I could have done actually was I could have just told my friend I left, like, lied to him and say that I left when I actually didn't. So to him it's like beneficial, because like from what out of he knows, and beneficial for me because I didn't actually leave. That's what I should have done. But, you know, a friend didn't tell me to actually do that because it sounds like a good idea, you know, until like maybe a couple days ago. And so what I ended up doing was I just left the team chats and all that, and I posted on Twitter saying I left PMS for an old team that I have created with two of my couple of friends called Templar Gods. And pretty much, you know, I got a lot of hate, and a lot of Skype and Twitter messages, and, you know, my big friend PMS Prism, you know, all sad and all that on Twitter, you know, and I had to play it out like, I'm sorry, I had to do it, and, you know, pretty much like do this lie, realizing I'm making my good friend very sad. And I felt so terrible, realizing how sad I made Prism and Lundy, because Lundy's such a good friend of mine. You know, if you've seen my older video, you know, the people that impacted my life in the gaming community, Lundy is one of them. No, Lundy is close to me. And what I did to him emotionally as well, I feel so terrible. And I apologized, like, big, entirely. And pretty much, Lundy, you know, told me, he said, you're dead to me, you know, don't talk to me ever again, and all this stuff. You know, you're not my friend anymore. And, you know, I felt so terrible realizing what I have done and what I had agreed to with my friend. You know, I really shouldn't have. And pretty much, I don't know how long later, maybe a couple days or something like that, I ended up talking to a PMS member that, you know, didn't know about this yet, and, you know, he was willing to talk to me. I can't exactly remember who it was. I'm gonna have to look on Skype exactly who it was. I can't remember. I'm sorry, if you're watching this video, I can't remember. Maybe it was recent? I'm not sure. Like I said, I apologize if you're watching this and I forgot. But, you know, I talked to him about this, and, you know, it pretty much went through him to Lundy, meaning like he explained to Lundy what I'm telling him, and Lundy finally messaged me, and I was so happy, um, because like Lundy finally heard, and then he's giving me a chance to explain what happened, and I told him what I'm telling you guys in this video, and he pretty much said, well, that sounds like a fuck up. I'm extremely sorry for the way I acted and all this, and I said it's all right. I'm sorry for what I did to you emotionally. I really do. I feel bad. So the only thing I told him about when it came up to PMS is like I wasn't able to immediately join back, but the only thing I did ask was, am I blacklisted? He said no. So am I trying to get back in PMS? Yes, I am. I am legit trying my ass off. I might bust out more videos. I'm trying hard in my daily streams to get back in PMS. Um, and trust me, I'm not going to leave again. Never, never. The only way I would have to leave PMS is if I were to get kicked, or say if I was in for like a long, long time and I got offered a spot in something like TK or something like that for streaming, right? And Lundy would obviously understand in a circumstance like that. But the point is, I would never go through a bet like that. I would never do a forfeit, anything. I am going to stay in PMS once I get back in. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just wanted to give that update to you guys. And yeah, this is Famous, give you content full superiority of gameplay.